Guys, Lucy owes Vault 4 a huge apology.
Financially compensate those poor people.
She needs to go on YouTube right now and issue an apology video for wrongfully thinking about them.
I'm so sorry.
She's got like the music playing on her Pip-Boy.
Man, this was brutal.
Yeah.
This goes back to what we were talking about in our last episode about how it just flip-flops. We never know.
Yeah.
Like, is it good or bad? Is this
Yeah.
Vault supposed to help or hurt? So we don't,
And what we find out is that it did hurt, and then they overthrew them, and now they're helpers.
It makes a lot of sense because like a lot
Except
of the people
the overseer's a little racist. So
I mean, a little bit of racism in this world is probably like some of the best like bad things you can have happen.
it's like on top of everything else in the wasteland, he's racist, and they're like, oh well, that's honestly probably the least worst thing about the wasteland at this point.
I'm going to assume everyone's a tad racist in the wasteland, but at least we get this. He's hospitable, and his overseer lady, she's kind of a cult, sort of a cult, but
yeah.
The cult we figure out is
again not the worst thing to happen in the wasteland.
it's all okay.
You want a bad cult, you go look at the Brotherhood of Steel,
or like the Euphrates or whatever they're called. What are they called? The one that the doctor came from.
What doctor?
The doctor with the head.
Oh, the Enclave?
The Enclave.
What is the Euphrates?
I don't know. The Euphrates just came out of my mouth.
Is that like the Euphrates River?
Yeah, I guess
like
because
Egypt?
I don't know.
That's the only thing I know of.
Anyway, welcome back to our Fallout review series. My name is Hopper.
Binge, if you will. I'm Steven.
The binge, yeah. We're binging it 1 week at a time, unlike you, you savage. You watched all of it at once.
Undisciplined bitches.
Anyway, we're on episode 7.
We're not even doing 1 a week. We're doing 2 a week.
I know. Yeah, we couldn't even wait to one a week. Spoiler alert for Fallout episode 7 and the rest of the episodes, which is 8.
You have been warned. So this is episode 7. We finally figure out what's going on in Vault 4. We get some stuff with Thaddeus and the dog, and Maximus has a little bit of a hero moment, even though it's an ill-conceived hero moment.
Yes, it's the thought that counts in this one. I think.
I do agree with you though. I was scared about how much of a hero he was going to be, and
how much of that Brotherhood training is coming in for him.
Because I was getting like Suicide Squad, James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Yes, me too.
Oh, we're here to rescue you. Where's my men? Oh, they're all dead.
They're just like casually mowing people down. Like they're even competing. Like
he's like, no one likes to show off. He's like, unless the show off is really awesome. And he turns around and goes, damn it, he's right.
Man, dude. But like the poor overseer too, we think, because they catch Lucy in the level 12, right? And they've got her tied up in the courtyard, and they're all like yelling at her. It's like this whole like.
Well, also let's see why she's tied up. She thinks they're all bad, so the scientist that comes in and checks on all the people in the cryos pods, she just dumps acid on his face.
But she didn't know. She thought he was a bad guy.
Were we at the UK? Like, come on now.
So I don't. Yeah, man. It's sad.
Yes. Let's talk about it. They've got her in like this big court, like looks like a kangaroo court kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I imagine it. And they've got her tied up, like you were saying, and they were like, "What's the punishment they give her, bro?" The punishment.
So it's like he's got. It's Chris Parnell too, who's like never been taken seriously in his entire life. He's like a comedian through and through. He gets this goofy eye on his forehead, and he's like, "Yeah, or goofy eye where he, in I don't know if you saw those behind the ssnes photos, but he had like the dots on his face and he had just like a plastic eye on his forehead."
No way. Is that how they do it?
Yeah, but I think they moved it down. I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe they were like, oh, let's do 3 eyes at first, but then like, oh, 1 eye is probably funnier. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do
He does look funny with 1 eye.
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
center of his head.
It's very funny.
A little to the left to me.
A little to the left.
I love Maximus.
But he's so goofy. Everything he does, he's like calling her goosey. He's like drinking mold coffee.
Yeah.
He's like calling the surface dollar surfies. Like he's even being like comically racist.
Racist jokes about essentially their Holocaust,
Yeah, like saying there's like a big bomb.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you guys, it's funny now, right? It's like my mom died in that bomb.
It's like, oh, get over it.
Get over it, man. Now I can't have fun because you're a victim.
But he's the silliest character in the world.
Yeah, he gives Michael Scott vibes.
Yes, I would totally see that. Yeah. Dude, imagine like an office-style vault show.
Oh, man, the ghoul would be like Dwight.
The ghoul would be like Dwight.
Tell me I'm wrong,
I don't have the effort to argue with you, so I'm just going to let you have that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets this big, long, like sharp, like sword thing.
It's not sharp.
Well, we think it's sharp. he goes to like hack down on her head, and then like he pan out, and he's like trying to saw through her like bindings, and he's just like, I need to sharpen this.
Someone give me someone else. This is awful. And Lucy's like, what are you doing? He's like, we're banishing you to the surface to die. And she's like, oh, that's kind of where I want to go. No, you don't want to go there. But we're not savages. We give you 2 weeks of supplies. How's that?
They're leaving like better than they came in,
And Lucy's like, this is awesome. This is everything I could hope for. It's like, nope, you are very scared right now. This is bad, in fact.
It's almost like, I guess if you want to be on the wasteland, but like, I wouldn't want to be on the wasteland.
No one wants to be in the wasteland. Maximus says, I'm done being a coward. I'm gonna be a hero. So he ends up stealing the fusion core.
Takes away power from the whole vault. Let's list his crimes here. He's taking away power from the whole vault.
Yep.
He's stealing his. I guess it's his suit. He's probably
taking it back.
I mean, it's a stolen suit to begin with. I guess
he's probably wearing the robe inside there. He's stealing the robe.
He's stealing a robe. He's coming in there, and it's like the Suicide Squad moment. He just starts beating up everybody,
throwing people into walls, breaking this. He breaks the care package they give him.
Yeah, that's the saddest part. Honestly,
yeah, they leave with nothing. It is funny. It would be such a badass moment when he gets the core and he's like walking down the hallway. You know, it's such a like hero moment. But oh no, this isn't Maximus. No, it's not bad.
And we've already established because of his special ratings or whatever.
He's an idiot.
So we're like, oh my god, he's not gonna be able to like tell anything that's going on. He's got good perception though.
Yeah, maybe it's just So Lucy has to stop him after he's thrown. He said, I'm sorry. Someone should probably check on that guy. No deaths that I could.
I don't think he killed anybody. It would have been a lot worse if he had killed somebody.
Thank God. Everyone's just like scared and crying and stuff.
Another funny little moment. They walk out and Lucy's just like she gives him the hardest time about a power core. He's like, I did steal the power core, and she's like, well, my dad told me never to steal. It's not how I was raised. You need to give that power core back. And so he just like drops it down the chute that they fell into. And they go, thank you.
It's funny though. What if that thing's volatile? What if a big hit like makes it blow up? It's a fusion core.
I thought of that too. Like, what if just the acceleration down and like the moment of impact?
They just kill. Honestly, it would have been great. I think they should. The comedic part where he just probably looks like, yeah, that's what happens to your penis after sex. Like he's rocking back and forth. I think it would have worked.
That's so silly. Anyway, finally we're back to Thaddeus.
Yes.
Who's stolen the head and the dog meat. Well, the dog.
Yeah.
Whatever it's.
I think they call him dog meat.
They call him later, but
call
her later. But I don't know what the C0123 or whatever.
Yeah, something or other.
But yeah, we see the dog following him. She's kind of like messing with him because he's got a broken leg or broken foot rather.
Oh my god, it's just disgusting.
It is gory.
Oh, it's
Capital
just like
G.
hanging there.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart.
The effects are good on it though.
It does look good. I think that the more you show it, the worse it kind of looks because we're getting a bunch of practical effects in this show, which look phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then we get this kind of, every now and then you get a CGI thing where it's like, like the Gulper has a couple moments where you're like, and then like,
If you look when he goes to talk to the snake oil salesman, which we'll get into in a second, the longer the foot's out, the more CG it looks because you see like the toe kind of fall over and it looked a little too smooth, It
was like maybe the toe should have fallen off by this point especially if he's been walking on it for so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, he puts the dog in like a Nuka-Cola fridge because he's like, I'm tired of dealing with you. He's like, oh, there's a little window in there. You won't die right away.
You there. It's like, what about food, buddy?
What about you just die? You're dooming a dog to die at a Nuka-Cola.
Also,
thing.
He shoves that bag into the car. No one ever grabs that bag.
That's true. I wonder if that'll come back in a later thing. Like maybe some other Wastelander will find it and have other Brotherhood
It
of Steel
pisses
stuff.
me off because you can't search cars in the game.
Oh, you can?
No. So I'm like, I would love to search a car and find a bag full of
That'd
loot,
be funny,
but you can't do that. So you can't even loot it.
I guess it's just him throwing away items. I guess
we saw the ghoul come up, and I was like, "Look in the car! There's stuff in the car."
This is Steven's Destiny 2 player, coming out of him.
Bro, you think I'm a looter? Every time I'm playing a game, I cannot stand it. My girlfriend Des is sitting there like, "Pick up that toilet paper." Why? The magnifying glass. There's nothing that's gonna be worth. You gotta take everything, bare bones, steal it all.
You need every bit of this. It's gonna come back later
for no reason.
Yeah,
it's funny. We were watching. I was watching like when they were first bringing up Starfield, the new Bethesda game, and one of the directors, she said, I steal like every sandwich you can find. Like if I see a sandwich, I'll steal it, and then it's all in my cargo of my ship. So like if you walk back there's just thousands of sandwiches.
Is
just
it like
in
Crash
the,
the Game or something?
No, that happened in Skyrim. Someone stole like every book in the game, and like every time they load in, all the books load in, and then their game crashes.
So stupid.
Yeah, people just like hoarding certain things.
Yeah.
I've seen it with cheese wheels before.
Yeah,
in Skyrim. Yeah.
I wish there was like a hoarding simulator where your whole job in the game is just to go out and adventure, but like you get rewarded the more crap you got in your house.
Like you start with like this nice ass house, big house, and then you slowly just add to it. Honestly, I think that's a missed opportunity.
I'm sure
it could
someone's
be like a therapy thing for actual hoarders too.
Ooh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
I'm assuming like that's a thing already because you get Turnip Boy who evades taxes or whatever.
You play Turnip Boy?
No, but I've heard of that game.
Oh, Des tried playing it the other day.
Did you like it?
It's goofy looking. I'm not sure about it, honestly. Yeah, so Thaddeus is walking in the wasteland, and he's dedicated. I'll give him that.
He's I mean, like I would have as soon as I figured out it was Maximus. Because this is just how I am as a person and how I am as like. Like a loyal, whatever, like a good, like just
golden retriever
humble, and hot and attractive.
Oh
and stuff
yeah. Date him. He's single.
I don't know why I went into all of it.
Why,
if I would have seen Maximus in the suit, I would have been like, "You saved my life. Like I'm your buddy now."
100%. That's where I thought it was going.
Yeah, but I guess he's not quite as trusting.
Like to the cause. I thought it's a cult, man.
It is a cult, and I guess no, it's in this episode we see at the end. Him and Maximus are both kind of like. Brotherhoods probably shouldn't figure out what we're doing here.
Yeah. So once Thaddeus turns into a ghoul, he kind of pretty much is like, "Yeah, they'll kill me, so I guess I'm done with them. I gotta." He goes, "Oh man, I didn't want to be a ghoul." Because he gets an arrow shot through his neck.
Yeah. It's funny because the snake oil guy comes back, and you're like, "Oh, this guy, the chicken assaulter."
Yeah, where's Link when you need him?
The cuckoos come out and just swarm this poor guy. He's not a poor guy. He's not a poor guy.
He deserves it, dude.
But you see him, he's like, I guess he's trying to kill himself. He's got a gun in his mouth.
Yeah, he's getting ready, I guess.
he's got
no more chickens. They're all out.
It's Gonzo from the Muppets, bro.
Yeah, dude. Does Gonzo commit suicide?
No, Gonzo has a chicken girlfriend. It's like his longest relationship he's ever had.
What is Gonzo?
He's a whatever.
Oh, okay, I like that. He's an if.
Technically, he's an alien from Muppets in Space, but this is very pedantic nerd lore for you.
Okay, I'm with it.
Muppets in Space is canonically it's a movie within the world of the Muppets, so it's not a real movie that we should be taking lore from. It's a movie that like the Muppets have made as Muppets.
Oh.
Like Muppet Treasure Island or Muppet Christmas Carol.
So it's like an Inception thing. It's a movie within a movie.
Yeah, it's like we're watching something that the Muppets produced in their universe.
Like that Tim Allen Star Trek movie.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah, if Galaxy Quest
with
was
Alan Rickman.
Yes, my Grabthar's hammer. A lot of weird nerdy things I just did. I don't know about it.
I love that movie though.
It's a good movie.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh heck yeah! I like that infinitely more than Star Trek.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
so
the snake oil guy is going to kill himself for whatever reason, and he sees Thaddeus walking away. I guess he has no money. Probably that's probably the biggest thing.
Rude, probably.
Yeah, just the wasteland's not a great place to be.
No. Once you your last chicken, what point is there to go on?
So he sees Thaddeus kind of walking like limp, whatever. Yeah. And by this point, he just has the head, right? Like it's all just the head. Because he shoved away all the stuff. Mm-hmm. So the guy just walks up to him. And Thaddeus is trying to find like a signal or like a radio tower, so he can get in touch with the Brotherhood. And then the chicken guy comes up and he's like, "Oh, I've got elixirs and I've got potions for you and I can help you." And in my head I'm like, this guy's just gonna he's gonna screw him over. He's gonna take his money. He might even kill him. I was like, he's got a gun with him.
Yeah,
he might.
He doesn't seem like a killer. He seems more like a lover than a fighter.
He loves chickens.
I can't get over it. It's like it just keeps coming back up.
I love little details like that about stuff because I didn't expect this guy to come back at all.
No,
but like,
and you've seen him like 3 times.
Yeah, which I'm grateful for. I think he's fun.
3 times too many. But even Thaddeus is like wary of him. He pulls a gun out. He's like, okay, what's to stop me from doing it and just killing you? He's like, well, you don't know the combinations. You don't know how to do this, so pay me and I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Thaddeus is like, well, I got this fusion core, worth millions. You know what I mean?
Must be.
Powers the entire plant. You know what I mean? Like it's powerful.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, that'll do. I'll take that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be nothing. He was just going to give him something.
I thought he was going to kill him. I thought he was going to take it and it was going to be like a toxic thing.
Yeah. But instead, it heals his foot. What the fuck?
My notes, I'm like, oh, the snake oil guy's back. And I'm like, it's not snake oil. It's not snake oil.
I'm wondering, like, does he just know, you mix anything together, it turns anyone into a ghoul? Or is it just all pure radiation water? You know what I mean?
He must have some kind of formula that just expedites the process or something. I don't know. It must just be like concentrated radiation or something like that.
It's wild how it does that. And also, why does radiation just heal you?
I don't know. It heals you. But like you end up rotting away, right? Like I guess
you could see like the little bit of like when it healed his neck, you could see like the little stuff.
So maybe like I guess the more you get attacked,
I don't think it's rot; it's burns. because you're being radiated. You're getting burned like by radiation kind of thing. That's why you look charred.
That would explain. Yeah, that would explain it. And I guess the ghoul just got in a fight and lost his nose. Mm-hmm. Maybe your nose is the first thing to go.
It is one of the first things.
Bone.
If you see like any ghoul, most of the time they're missing a nose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's like, oh great, and he's not even thinking about it. He's like, I'm my 2 missions in this world: kill abominations, find pre-war technology.
Yeah.
I got this head that they want. Here I go back to the Brotherhood, and I can walk again. You know.
He doesn't follow the 3rd rule: thou shalt not take random potions from strangers.
Thou shalt get sidetracked by random bullshit.
Love that, dude. Oh man, these last few episodes, guys, this show was so good. I'm so happy that this show exists because it's so fun.
On one of our shorts the other day was talking about how, I think it was one of our shorts, maybe it was a full episode, but someone was like, yeah, the last couple episodes fell apart for me, and I'm like, no, they really ramped up for me. I couldn't quit watching.
Yeah, because the first few were kind of slow world building, and it was good, but I was like, okay, it's a good show. It's a slow show, but it's fine. And then the last 4 just kick you in the nuts, you know?
Which, thankfully, you know.
Yeah, I do like a good nut kicking sometime. But, yeah, so he walks. He ends up finding a radio station. What I find funny about this radio station is there's a guy with a radio station in every video game. Or in every game of Fallout.
We get Fred Armisen as the like, it's, what is it, the classical music station guy?
Yeah, and he's like, if you don't like it, it's tough, you know.
He's like, he's got all these traps. Yeah. Another one of those guys.
Yeah.
We keep talking about that guy. You know, we don't,
so
you don't
what
really
has
know
this guy
the
played on before?
Fred Armisen, he was on SNL
For
as
our
well.
viewers, I know.
Of course. He's famous Portlandia. I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He does a bunch of voices. But again, he's just that guy. It's like a little bit part in every single thing, I feel like.
That. He's like, the last guys weren't really fond of my music. That's why I had to put all these traps up.
It's like weird little huge bear traps. And like, you know, we find out there's like an arrow shooting trap and all this stuff.
He sees like what looks to be a standoff, so he just shuts his door and bars it and stuff. He's like, I'm not going to be part of that.
That's so funny. But he's just going on about the midtones are so good in this song.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, the midtones. Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's the midtone.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. Yeah.
So stupid.
And then Lucy and Maximus find him, and he's like, no, you get away from me. I'm calling in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And that's when he finds out he's cool. He walks, and he gets stuck in one of the traps, and it shoots him in the neck. And I thought he was dead. I was like, damn it, I really like Thaddeus. I don't want him to die.
And we don't have Thaddeus' stats, but I'm assuming he didn't put any in like his, his shooting ability.
Perception, I believe.
He just misses.
Agility.
He whiffs every single shot because he shoots.
Does.
He like empties his clip on Lucy and Maximus, and they both are just like.
I forgot about yeah, and they just. Or their luck stat is so high.
Oh, that's true. Lucy does have a luck stat. Yeah,
she needs all the luck she can get.
There you go.
So, yeah. Either way, it was comical.
But yeah, so I guess just to finish out the storyline, like the Brotherhood come, and then Thaddeus is like, I'm a ghoul, I can't be here. Like,
instantly all these morals that he had for the Brotherhood are just right out the window for self-preservation.
And so Maximus gets the idea. He's like, I'm going to take one of these bodies that have been gotten in a trap, and I'm going to smash up the head really bad so that they can't tell it's not the right doctor. And then I'm going to give Lucy the head, and she can go find her dad and get everything all sorted.
Maximus becomes a hero in the end, kind of thing.
Yes, but I guess we'll talk more about it in episode 8. But he kind of does have like a waver, kind of a wobble, a warble, if you would,
a warble.
But yeah, so Maximus takes the head, and he draws the Brotherhood away, and then Lucy takes the head to Moldaver, which I don't think we see in this episode.
No, I don't think so.
I think this is sort of where
she's walking away, and he's getting the Brotherhood vertibirds are coming.
Yes, what are they called? Vertibirds?
Mm-hmm.
It looks cool
because you go vertical, and they look like birds.
That's awesome. Yeah. I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Anyway,
it's funny when they call things so like obviously what they are. You know that it's just a funny thing. You know, I like it.
Novak or whatever.
Yeah, always back to Novak.
So Cooper Howard, the ghoul.
Yeah.
We see the ghoul kind of following Thaddeus's footsteps, and he finds the dog who can smell out the head. Mm-hmm. So he just takes the dog with him. And we kind of do get some more tender moments with him and the dog in this, because he's like, I'm sorry, dog meat, you just ain't her.
Yeah.
Or you ain't him. Or he says something like that about his original dog, which is so sad.
It's so sad, dude. Makes me want to hug my dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, this is the episode. So the last time we saw Cooper in the past, he was with Moldaver in the meeting, and he's just like, "That's about enough. That's about enough of that." And she's like, "What do you say?" He's leaving, and he's like, "That's about all the horse I can take," or he says something like that. And she just like kind of corners him afterwards, and she's like, "Well, listen, your wife. I know your wife or whatever." She was like talking about his wife, and she's a sweet person, but she's doing some awful stuff.
Yeah,
you need to bug her. So she gives him a little bug, and he kind of is sort of, hesitant on if he should bug her or not.
Yeah.
But then toward the end of it, he throws it in the trash can. We see him like digging in the trash can to get the bug back and stuff. And he does put it in her Pip-Boy, and she notices later. She's like,
"There's some outgoing frequency or something."
Yeah, it's transmitting. I can't figure out what it's transmitting to, but he's got a little, like a little earbud thingy. Yeah. So, we're getting more distrust between him and his wife.
Oh, absolutely.
And we don't really see we'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah, next episode. F you, Barb. Okay. F you. Canceled. Get your own YouTube apology video out there.
I just back to the theme of the episode. Yeah. I just think it's interesting though because
Barb owes the whole world an apology.
I'm sorry for nuking the entire world. Is it? I saw a fan theory this week about how they weren't going to make a Fallout in the UK because potentially the fan theory is that the UK, like the rest of the world besides America, is not like a wasteland.
I've seen fan theories like that, but for Hunger Games.
Oh, interesting.
They're like, Pan Am is the US and the Canada's like, so whatever going on down there in the US? And they look and they go, we're gonna leave them. We'll leave them alone.
They're doing their own weird little. You see how they dress now? I don't like that.
We're done with that. It's funny to think that all these dystopias are just US based. Oh man,
just go to Mexico funny. And everything's just normal.
Which we know is not true because we know the bombs dropped worldwide. But I think Todd Howard has gone on to say he just likes keeping the setting in America because there's so many locations you can pick to do a wasteland with. You know?
The culture too, because that's like what Lucy in the beginning. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna preserve America."
Yeah, because it's set in like the 50s, 60s era type thing.
And not that you couldn't do that in something like in the UK or like France or Europe or wherever.
It doesn't fit the theme of it really.
If it's not like Assassin's Creed where every game like needs to be different. You know what I mean? They can kind of just stay in the one spot.
Let's go to Florida.
Ooh, that would be rough.
Let's talk about the wild wastelands of Florida. Which honestly, there's a Nuka-Cola. Nuka World DLC for Fallout 4, and you get gator monsters.
Oh my god!
Oh, they're scary. They are terrifying.
It's a Vault 31 too. I forgot we're doing that in this episode, but Steph is like the overseer of Vault 32. We get
when you're feeling glum, Vault 31. And who's more glum than Steph?
That's going on. They're moving a bunch of people over to 32, and then Norm he breaks into
Betty's office and starts talking to the overseer of Vault 31.
Yeah, he starts texting over the computer, and the overseer's like, "Is everything okay? Is everything going all right?"
Yeah, he's like, "Mission's not going as planned."
Ooh, and he goes, "I understand. Like, come over immediately."
Yeah, which is crazy. Also, we get the do a flip, Spider-Man. And he goes, "Oh yeah, nope, I'm not going. I'm not doing it." He turns around, and they show him the guards. He goes, "I'm just kidding. I'll go. I'm just doing something goofy."
I think his name's Woody. I don't know why. It was because of Woody for president. I think I remember.
Oh, I literally always just think, "Do a flip, Spider-Man."
He's been in a couple things, but that is the first thing that comes to my mind. Is like, "Do a flip."
Okay, Spider-Man.
We end the episode, I guess, on Norm just being like, he's like, hello? Like, he's going into Vault 31. He's making that next step, trying to figure out, defeating his cowardice, pretty much.
We got to talk about what a sleeper strong character Norm is.
Norm is a banger. I went into this kind of like, he's hiding from the Raiders. He's kind of doing all this, like, he's not going with Lucy to go find the dad. But, like, honestly, like,
Norm's a banger, dude.
He's doing some, like, espionage stuff in this.
I really fuck with it.
He's keeping it all close to the chest.
He's very calm, collected. Like, when you're watching it, you feel the suspense, but at the same time, you're calm with them because Norm just has that aura of just taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he's unsuspecting as well.
Yeah. No, like, it's a great performance by Moises Arias. Really good. And
I don't know much he's been in, but like the Hannah Montana stuff is like the meme. But like that's all I really know him from. Like, he's done a good job in this.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really got strong actor. But
good for him. Interesting episode, man. It's a great this is the alley from the alley oop. The next episode,
because we're about to get that slam dunk, baby.
Woo. So that's we're kind of. I mean, Lucy's got the head back. Maximus is back with the Brotherhood of Steel. And Norm's figuring out stuff about the vaults. I feel like this is kind of a return to form. Yeah. As far as like where the season started and kind of how we're at now.
Yeah. But yeah, that was episode 7, guys. Thanks for coming with us. Stay tuned. We are almost done. We're wrapping this up. See us on Friday, and we will have episode 8, which has got a really cool little twist to it. If you've played the video games, you kind of see it. So I'm excited to talk about that. And
it's the Death Claw.
Don't even.
They'll be in the next season, apparently.
And Super Mutants. I better see them both.
I don't know about. Well, they mentioned Super Mutants.
Yeah, and we better see you guys in the comments of this video.
If you want to watch more Fallout episode reviews, you can click over here by me. If you want to watch more episode by episode breakdowns of television shows, Percy Jackson's over there by Steven. And you can subscribe right here in the middle somewhere.
If you're not already, we know everyone.
Yeah,
is.
come on and subscribe if you haven't, but you probably are if you're watching.
Yeah. So thank you, and we will see you later.
Langer.
Thank you, and we will see you later.